U.S. Small Business Administration has run out of funding for its $350 billion Paycheck Protection program. The agency said it was no longer taking new applications for the forgivable loans that proved wildly popular. More than 38,000 Ohio companies were authorized for $10.4 billion in loans, according to an SBA report this week. Kentucky had 17,000 loans approved for $3.3 billion. Cincinnati Congressman Steve Chabot sits on the House Small Business Committee. He's hoping Congress revisits an idea rejected by the Senate last week. It would expand the program by $250 billion.
Unfortunately, politics got in the way, quite frankly, and we saw an attempt to throw a lot of additional things into the package rather than just this program, and it fell apart. I'm hoping that Congress can get its act together and put additional funding into this program.
Well, the Paycheck Protection Program was intended to prevent layoffs by giving small business owners low-interest loans that are forgiven if they spend 75% of the money on payroll expenses. But some employers might find it hard to use the money for that purpose. Investigative reporter Dan Monk has been digging into the issue. He learned some employees can make more money by not going back to work.
It's been a month since Kentucky's governor ordered gyms to close. Newport fitness owner Emily Wagner would like nothing more than to welcome her employees back. But the $2 trillion stimulus bill passed by Congress in March includes enhanced unemployment benefits that could keep her workers at home.
Every single one of my employees, everyone, will make more than 100% of what I can pay them if they do unemployment versus staying on with me.
She's not the only business owner to notice that quirk.
We are hearing from a number of clients that there's a real concern about whether employers are going to lay people off who will then start collecting unemployment.
Attorney Jeff Mullins has more than 90 clients pursuing small business loans through the Paycheck Protection Program.
And they're worried that people are going to be off on that benefit and won't want to come back to work to make less money.
Here's how this might play out in Ohio. Let's say I was making $800 a week prior to the pandemic. My company closes, my pay drops to zero. So I file for unemployment. I get $400 in weekly benefits. If my company gets a Paycheck Protection loan, I could go back to work at $800 a week, or I could stay on unemployment and qualify for an extra $600 in payments as authorized by the CARES Act. The state of Ohio says these expanded benefits will be provided to laid-off workers as early as next week. Mullins says employers could force employees back to work by telling state officials they offered a job that was refused. That would lead to a loss of benefits and maybe some hard feelings.
I don't want to be the person who excludes my employees from being able to make a lot more money during this time frame, especially when I don't know if I can permanently hire them back since I have so much lost revenue to make up for.
We've created a perverse incentive for workers at small businesses to actually be unemployed.
Northern Kentucky Republican Thomas Massey led the fight against the stimulus bill in the House. Too much money, he says, not enough oversight.
You're going to have all of these unintended consequences.
And Wagner sees few options beyond permanent layoffs.
Permanent layoffs mean me working, probably 70 to 90 hours a week just to get by. So I'm back to 2011 when I first opened my business, working tirelessly, figuring out how I'm going to survive. And it's very disheartening. It's depressing.
Dan Monk, WCPO 9, I-Team.
Another potential problem with the Paycheck Protection Program is the extent to which business owners will be asked to prove that they actually need the low-interest loans the government is offering.